All right, so I got suspended because I had a misunderstanding about Nikki Azalea song. She says, or one of the titles of one of her songs, is something about her pussy. So I said, I'm a pussy magnet. And that was my title of my video. And I got suspended and I got a mark against me. I got a demerit, like in private school, and you get your fucking demerits and shit. Do you know how many demerits I got in private school? You don't have to be so quiet. Why are you standing over there, stupid? I thought you wanted to be on camera. You sexy gilf, you. How is it incriminating? Anyway, I'm going to tell you what I was starting to tell you, and I'm going to pretend that this thing isn't recording, okay? So, when you pick a partner in life, you pick somebody that's why, like, I'm sorry that this wasn't, how yours necessarily went. But, and I don't know the whole story, by the way, folks. And I'm not reading comments right now because I'm teaching my gilf over here a lesson about love. So when I would date, I would have my little checklist of things. One of them was that he has to have a car. I have laxed on that one, and I think I'm going to make that a requirement again soon. So, that's a stupid requirement. That has nothing to do with the person. Fuck it. Who cares? Um, Although it does show, that as a young person, I realized that if he's got a car, he's got money. That's where the implication was going with that one. Now, I remember actually this was part of that. Now, did he buy his car or did his parents? Because I bought mine. So if his parents got him one, awesome. I'm going to remind him of that all the time. I also owed Bite outright, didn't have a car payment. I had to buy car insurance paid, my own cell phone that I paid for. And all of this was possible because my dad set me up for success by kicking me out and saying, figure it out. So some people had a problem with that. I remember that there were people that were rallying behind me, which I was like, what are you guys talking about? If there's a rally, just give me some fucking money and save your gas money and just send it to me. And then I had some people do that because I literally meant it and people know me and they sent it to me. So one time I said, if every one of my Facebook friends sent me $1, you could save a young bird from being exterminated by the tax man. So, and I don't remember, it was something really stupid and clever like that. And one person sent me, and it was Hazel. She was my 4-H leader, and she fucking loved me from the second I got to be a CIT before I was supposed to be, because she was like, she's not one of the kids. She's CIT this year, and everybody's like, that's not fair. She's 13, or I was 12, or something, whatever I was. It was like way too young. And she's like, I don't care. She's not one of the kids. She is, but she isn't. Now, I'm one of the kids. I'm not one of the moms. Like, that's what Cordero had said. He was like, you go to the park, and all the moms are there. And then you're like, fuck it. Where's Robin? And then you're like, oh, shit. There she is. And she shows up, and she is a duck. And all the little kids are little ducklings. And then there's the fucking moms. Fuck those bitches, Robin. Who cares? Boom! And I was like, Cordero, what the fuck did you just say? I slowed it down a little bit because I can't speak like he does because he's fucking incredible, but I never understand a damn word that boy says. And I'll be laughing. I've watched certain videos where he's rapping to me the whole time and he's actually saying something really profound. And I'm just like dancing because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Cordero's talking about. Anyway, so whatever your reason is for picking somebody, you want somebody who's blank, 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 blank. You are going to use certain things that are superficial, that might change. You're going to use all that. But at the bottom line, it should be, where are we going, each of us, and can we get there together? So with Keith, are we using the same mode of transportation? Are we going to get there at the same time? So for Keith, all of those things matched up. But he started off on, bitch, get in the car. And I was like, well, I'm driving my car. And he's like, bitch, get in my car. And I was like, Keith, that made me cry and it hurt. Please don't do that to me again. And then when he said it the third time, I got in his car because I felt as though if I didn't get in the car with him then, he would chase me down and I would die somehow or another. Which is all a metaphor, but you know what the truth is. So then I got knocked up. So already we've got this sense of doom lurking in the background because that feels kind of like I was forced to get in the car, but I wasn't. Robin, you got in the car anyway. You could have just taken a risk and gone this way. But you know what? I felt that there were car seats in the back of that car and there were none in mine. So I rode along with him and realized that he was, I'm going to keep going with this metaphor, that he was riding through all the red lights and, turning left when it says you're right, like he was doing all the wrong shit. And I have always had a perfect driving record. Like I texted you, and I'm still offended that Glenn won't let me drive his truck. But I gave him a moment to pause as a train rode by. And he said, I hope that train jumps off the track, hits you, kills just you, the baby pops out, and he and I can live together forever. That's a quote. I started keeping a mean list after he said that because I was pregnant. I was feeling really scared, and he was very dismissive. And that's kind of a psychotic thing to say. And when I started keeping mean lists for people and reading them to them, I started losing friends. You know why? A lot of people don't want to hear their bullshit. Well, you're spewing it all over me. I got to smell it. I got to live in it. So if I'm going to be your heifer, don't spew that bullshit at me. Oh, I'm so full of metaphors today. So I like that you texted me your shit, Mr. Bull, because you had to look at it. And I know you did. Thank you for doing that. And that's why I got back on your crazy train. Damn engine. Mine was way better. I made it right to your fucking foot. That went over there. I feel like that's a metaphor too, but that one's not for me. That's for somebody else watching. So, anyway. Oh, that means you misinterpreted it. So if that resonated with you, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Is that guy dead? He's been sitting there the whole time listening to me. I think he needs some relationship advice. Are you going to pick him up? Oh my God, don't pick him. Oh my God. Oh my God, he fell. Oh my God. I can't believe you almost picked him up. That's funny because I'll pick up frogs all day, frogs and toads and turtles. Oh my God, I stopped and I was like, you're so cute. It was this little tiny turtle and he was like, holy shit, what is this chick's problem? I don't think he wants to be held in. That's why he's running away from you in the cutest way possible. Did you just pet him? Gross. Was he slimy? Oh, I want one then. Go catch one. We'll name him Petrie number 2, and I'll put him down a slide, and then we'll lose him forever. It'll be fun. That's okay. They're the ones with the tails that break off and then grow back. They're really colorful here. I saw a little orangey red one like that chasing a little blue one, and I was like, they might have a purple baby. Anyway. And that will come back to my point of the whole Oxford story, which you missed. Damn you, Dave, for mowing people's lawn. It was basically this chick that I went to college with named Kashenda. She was really big when we were in England, and it was very noticeable because they're all very small, framed. No, the reason I'm saying this, even if she hadn't lost all the weight and fought cancer and done all the amazing shit that she did, I always fucking loved her. I always looked at Cassie and was like, "You're so cool," and she's like, "Robin, what's wrong with you?" Because we'd go to dances, and she'd be sitting there like this, and she would just dance like that, and I was like, "Teach me how to move like you do," but because she'd do it so cool, she'd do it so effortlessly. She's like, "Robin, you're a dance major, like." You're over there shaking your booty and stuff too, which by the way, I wish I invented the twerking thing, but I did it better because I didn't do it like the wobble wobble whatever. So anyway, so I'd go to the dances and I'd stand next to her and be like, I'm just not even gonna move. That's how cool I am. I'm just Cassie's friend standing here at a fucking dance with Cassie. So Kashinda had to walk up all these flights of stairs with the rest of us to go to this class at Oxford. And we all walked with her because we knew that that it was hard on her. We didn't want to make her like she was so proud of herself for getting to Oxford. I forgot about that part. Like her entire fucking family is one of those families that will inspire you just by seeing them be together. Like it was insane. And so even me, the self-righteous, bitchiest, basic whitest basic white bitch ever, who is always right and everybody else can suck my dick and blah 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 blah. I had to pee, and I remember I whined about it the entire way up, and I would do like this is how and I was getting more and more angry, and then every once in a while I'd start laughing, like how you are. Look, see, I did it, but I wouldn't even reach it. Like I was like, and then I'd roll down a couple of steps, and everybody's like, "Robin, stop." And I'm like, this is important. I get it. But it was like something else. It's totally something different. Definitely not about this moment right here. And they were all like, okay. And I wish somebody had said, we're living in this moment. And this is a powerful fucking moment. But none of us knew that in this moment. So we're walking up Cassie. We're walking behind Kashinda. We're all going up there. Oh, and Kashinda and Cassie were always together. And Cassie didn't take that class for some reason. And we get there, and I was like, oh, my God, thank God. And as soon as we got to the top of the stairs, I veered off to go to the bathroom. I did not walk her into the class. Everybody else had walked her into the class, and I missed this part and was told about it later. As they all walked into the class, and I'm taking a piss, and I remember I was like, why am I taking such a long piss? I'm sitting here, and it would not stop coming out of me. I remember I was like, that's the longest piss of my life, and I started laughing again. So I was thinking about Austin Powers and like when he has the piss in the very first movie, and I was like, like this is something spectacular is about to happen. They were all in the room, and he said something racist about Americans. I won't say what. And and he was collectively insulting all of us. I suddenly felt like somebody had hit me in the stomach. I was nauseous. I remember I was like, oh my God. Houston? No. I don't know. Now I feel like I got to take a shit, but I don't have to take a shit. And I was like angry. I walk in and I slip in and I sit down, and he's like, and we're just going to ignore the one that just walked in. So actually, you know what? The rest of you are fine. You're late. I feel like he tried to get me kicked out of that class. He may have. I don't even like. I would have to look at my college transcript and see. I think. No, he must have. No, I can't remember now. Now I remember though that like that class could have fucked me bad. Anyway. But the point of and I didn't even get to this part in the last video. The point of the story is that like I had this moment of like experiencing racism in England, which I had done before because I was working at a nightclub. And so anytime someone heard my accent, I either got like love, or like, I'm going to stab you right now. Like I had a guy come at me with a knife. a chav, whatever they call them. And I remember I was like, I am not going back out there to be one of your little hoes handing out the little flyers again. Because first of all, I don't dress like that. Because I remember the girls that were dressed, I was like, this is how I'm going to do that job. And I'm not doing that job. Because this country is fucked. Because you guys do pimps and hoes. And it's funny, like they've done a study, like their rape culture over there is insane. Like the first thing that my ex-fiance said to me when I told him I got raped back in December was, get the fuck over it. You're going to be okay. You're alive, right? Got it. Move on. But with him, it was a, Robin, you've been through a lot. You've been raped before. Get over it. And I was like, yeah, I know. He's like, how did you forget that? I'm like, well, because this one kind of was a little bit more violent and a lot of bit more, I don't know this fucking man who just walked into my home and did this to me. And he was dismissing all that like, well, it's happened to you before, so you should probably get used to it by now. Because that's their culture. Yeah. Did you know that about their culture? I lived in the ghetto in Reading. I moved out of the, not dorm, but it was like a house that they had turned into a dorm just for the American girls for this program. So I moved out and moved in with Paul at one point because my roommate and I were fighting horribly. I woke up to 2 people having sex in my bed, and I was livid. And anyway, so, and I screamed. Oh my God. I didn't scream that night. Oh, I waited until Dr. Ivy got in the next day, and I made sure that he heard exactly what the fuck I had to say about drug use and European culture and let's go to the disco and get fucked in every sense of the word, and that's rape. And I remember I was very passionate about that, and I was like, and you know what? Like, if you don't get raped, I don't think that's fair because you deserve it, bitch. And I remember I was very hateful about it, and what's right, I don't think she ever did get raped. I've been raped by 5 different men, so I've probably taken that for the 5 times she should have been. But that doesn't mean I was raped 5 times. So anyway, even after all that, by the way, Dave, still love you. Because I'm still capable of love. I don't hold on to it. I can sit here and be passionate in the moment, but I don't need to like let it live in me. You know? Stop looking at me like that, you stupid dork. My computer